Hi everyone, my name is Irene and I'm with KiraKira today to teach you how to make a Hamsa hand pendant. The Hamsa hand is an ancient Middle Eastern amulet symbolizing the hand of God. It is supposed to bring you good luck and happiness.
So let's get started. I'm going to be using the top plane to make the sketch. I select the plane that I want to work with, which is the top plane. I want the pendant to be about 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters. So I'm going to pay attention to the rectangle, and I'm going to select the spline tool from the sketch tab and then use the line to create the fingers. And after that, I'll be adjusting the spline points to make the hand look better. Just going to use the dots to adjust the shape of the hand. And I only drew the half of the hand because I'll be using the mirror tool later to replicate the other half onto the other side. We'll now learn how to use the mirror tool. In order to do so, we're first going to sketch a line from top of the hand to the bottom of the hand to make it as a reflection line. So we drew a line and then we're going to select it by using Control and clicking on it and go down to normal construction. And then we're going to go down to the sketch tool and then hit mirror and select all the objects that we drew, so all the lines and splines. Go to the mirror tool again after selecting the lines only, not the dots, and select mirror and mirror line and hit OK, and you will have created a Hamsa hand. Now we'll be working on creating the eye in the center of the Hamsa hand, and we'll be using the spline tool. And I'll be using one spline to draw the top of the eye and another to use the bottom of the eye, and I'll be adjusting it so that it looks more like an eye. And after adjusting it, I'll be using more splines to go in and draw the pupil and the iris. But first of all, I need to make sure that the 3D printer will get the pupil and the iris printed. So I make sure to have some kind of path that connects the pupil and the iris to the hand. Now I want to make sure that I have a ring to put the pendant through, or through the chain. So I'm going to be drawing two circles, one for the outer circle and one for the inner, and I'm going to be making one of them about 4.5 millimeters diameter wise, and the inner one 3.5-ish, so that there's a millimeter difference between each circle. We'll now be extruding the object, so I go down to create and hit extrude and select all the parts that I want to be 3D. So I selected those parts and I hit direction as one side and I make it about 3 millimeters thick and I hit OK. And now my object is 3D. We'll move on to rendering, which makes the object look more like a 3D object. So going down to model and hitting render. We'll now enter the rendering space, and I'm going to make the background color white, and ultimately I want to make the pendant a rose gold color. So hit appearance, go down to metal, and I'm going to click on copper and copper polished, and I'm going to drag it onto the object, and I'm going to start rendering using the in canvas render. Now we'll export it as an STL. I'm going to select File, go down to 3D Print. So my refinement would be high. And then I'm going to uncheck the Send to 3D Print Utility checkbox and click OK. And then I'm going to save it as Hamsa Hand version 1, or name it whatever you want to call it, and then hit save. So that saved it as an STL file.